Hi, and welcome to You Have to Ask the Question. I am Rabbi Ira Hill, and I hope we're doing more. This week's parsha is Parshas Shemini, and it's very interesting that it begins with the Haskamas HaMishkan, the erecting of the Mishkan, and it says in the beginning of the parsha, "Vayhi b'yom Shemini," and it was on the eighth day. Rashi comments that this was, although called Yom HaShmini, it's really the first day of Nisan, because for 7 days Moshe erected the Mishkan and put it and took it apart in order to train Aaron and his sons. And on the eighth day, he Aaron took over and began serving as the Kohen Gadol in in the Mishkan. What's interesting to note, this was the first day of Nisan as well, when we see the Nisim brought their korbanos for the next 12 days leading up to that Pesach. The Gemara in Megillah comments that it says Vayihi b'yom Hashmini, that the simcha that the Rebbeinu Shalom felt on this eighth day was similar to the simcha he had when he created Shemayim V'aretz, using the connection between the words Vayihi, and it was Yom Rishon, Vayihi Erev Vayiboka Yom Rishon, and subsequently Vayihi B'Yom Hashmini, it was on the eighth day. So it's very nice to make the Hekesh, but what really is the insight between connecting of the putting up of the Mishkan to the creation of Shemayim V'aretz? And it's interesting to note that, like we said, the discrepancy between calling it Shmini, the eighth day, when it's really the first day of Nisan, and it's the first day of Aaron's service, it's the first day of the Nesiim bringing the Korbanos. However, the Torah referring it to the eighth day, which has no connection actually to Moshe, because Moshe only served for 7 days, and this eighth day has nothing to do with him anymore, and that's a couple of questions that we're wrestling with here. So, if one looks back to the original Maaseh Bereshis, most of us know the story that Hashem created the world for 6 days. Seventh day He rests, which, according to some, is also there are certain creations that needed. As we say, they say what needed to be created on the seventh day, and that was rest, and that was that idea of the Yom Shechul Shabbos, the idea of Olam Haba, etc. Adam Rishon is created on the sixth day, and we know that during the sixth day, he had one mitzvah to keep, and that was not to eat from the Eisadas. He failed in that, and he subsequently sinned. Chava sinned, the whole world changed, and he was let out of the Gan Eden. However, he wasn't left Gan Eden until Motzei Shabbos. Hashem let him complete staying in Gan Eden until Shabbos, and Motzei Shabbos they left. And that's the idea of fire was Havdalah. We use fire because that was the time when Hashem showed it to him in order that he can survive. If Adam Rishon doesn't sin, how does the world go? According to what we understand should have happened, is Adam doesn't sin. He goes into Shabbos. The Shabbos is the Yom Shechul Shabbos, is the final completion of the world, and then Motzei Shabbos begins what we would be considering a world of Olam Haba, the purpose of the actual world, of being connected to the Rebbeinu Shalom, having Hashem in this world, and the total symmetry, what we're expecting in the time of Mashiach and Tchias HaMesim. When would that have occurred? It would have occurred on that very first Motzei Shabbos, and if you follow the count, it was the Yom HaShmini. It was the eighth day after the beginning of the creation of the world. So, as we see, it could be that the Haskamas HaMishkan, the bringing Hashem into the world, giving him a place, is the eighth day. It's actually the completion of Hashem's purpose in this world. It's not what Hashem created, it was what man was able to do. By his action, bringing Hashem and creating a place for Hashem, i.e. the Mishkan, and eventually the Beis HaMikdash. If we had not, and if we follow this theory, or this line of thought, where sins that happened that set our course down this path that we currently are on did not occur, then Chazal have told us what could have been. And what could have happened is once they built the Mishkan, they would have gone right into Eretz Israel. Had we not sinned with the Meraglim, we would not have needed the 40 years to be in the Midbar. Moshe Rabbeinu would have came in with Aaron, and they would have conquered the land. They would have then transferred the Mishkan to the building of a Beis HaMikdash, and that Beis HaMikdash, Chazal tell us, if Moshe would have built the Beis HaMikdash, it wouldn't have been destroyed. Meaning, had we not done those certain sins that set us down this path, we could have had a totally different path where that would have been the Geula Shlema at that point. That's what Chazal could mean over here, where it's Yom HaShmini. This is truly the 8th day. The 8th day of creation, and if the Mishkan would have gone its course without our subsequent other sins, we would have had it like it could have been originally if Adam hadn't sinned, and that course would have taken it would have gone to its total fruition. Our job in this world is to complete the act of creation by making this world a place that's fitting for the Rebbeinu Shalom to show His Shekhinah on. We have to till the soil, so to speak, plow the ground, make things ready. Our job is to be Megala, the Kedusha in this world, and every act that we do, every mitzvah that we perform that's positive, that brings a sense of holiness in the world, we're getting one close sober to creating that true simcha of the Geula Shlema b'meira b'yameinu. Thank you.